part of this, comes in what I am doing on a day-to-day. What do my activities look like? What am I feeding my brain? What does my routine look like? I am feeding what I actually want, but I'm feeding it the right things to be the person that I am seeking to be. And through this process, I absolutely love the person I am being.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Welcome to the Lead Your Life podcast. We are here again. This week, I am going to be discussing something that wasn't talked about too much as I was growing up. Something that's not talked about enough. And that's emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is your ability to make decisions based on how you feel. Our ability to recognize and be aware of our emotions. Our ability to understand the role that emotions play in our lives. Emotions are our driving force in everything we do. When you wake up, when you go to bed, all your daily activities, even when you eat, it's all emotional-based driven. Whether or not you are aware of what emotion is driving those decisions and those actions that are taking place in your life, it is an emotion that is the driver. This podcast is Lead Your Life. Lead your own life. Becoming leaders, becoming aware of what is going on inside of yourself. And this tool right here, this understanding of this process is key to being able just to be aware that you are the driver in the seat, that you are the actual driver. So when I wake up in the morning, whether I wake up at 5, 6, 8, 10, or even decide to sleep in, it's all emotional based. What is driving me to get up in the morning is an emotion. Whether it's happy, sad, or even excited, pumped, however it may be, I'm the person who's feeling it, and I'm the person who is reacting and deciding to respond to that emotion. So I'm going to share with you guys something that is very key to becoming the best version of yourself. And I want to ask everybody a question. What if you were able to live the best version of your life? Like just be the best version of yourself and just actually live that version. What would that look like? What would you be doing? What type of actions would you be taking on a day-to-day basis? What if you were able to just press a button and say, bing, I'm now living the best version of my life? What would that actually look like? So I want to share with you guys, I've actually attempted this. I woke up one day and I told myself, I'm going to live the best version of myself. Like just completely hop in the driver's seat. I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do. I'm going to be everything I want to be and just live the ultimate version of my life. Well, it didn't go as planned. It didn't go like I thought it was. And the reason why was because I'm in the driver's seat. I'm aware. And certain things popped up as I was making certain decisions and deciding to do certain things popped up. So I told myself one day I'm going to wake up, I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out 3 times a day. I'm going to make sure I hit my jujitsu. I'm going to make sure I go hit the weights. I hit all my appointments on time. I'm not going to be late. I'm going to go out and find new clients. I'm going to eat the best of the meals. I was going to do all the things and be the best version of my life. Well, I ran into an emotion. overwhelmed, jumped straight in the boat and said, sit your ass down. No, you're not. And I discovered something. I was like, well, on this road of trying to be the best version of myself, things are going to come up. And I realized that there's a becoming and then there's a being. We are human beings, right? We are human beings, not human doings, not human becomings. We are human beings. So we have the ability to be whatever we choose to be. On that road of being who you decide to be, there's steps. You are becoming. You have to learn yourself. And it's a constant process of learning this soup that we live in. There's so many factors that are attached to this human being that we live in, right? So I want to share with you this road of becoming and being the best version of yourself, of myself, of what that looked like for me. So I pressed the button. I said, I'm going to be the best version of myself. I ran into the feeling of overwhelmed. I never knew that the reason why I procrastinated or I didn't get things done the way I wanted to do was the feeling of overwhelmed. I had to actually face it and I had to hear it clearly in order for me to understand what that emotion was that prohibited me from being the best version of myself. So when overwhelmed kicked in, I addressed it. And this topic that we're talking about is emotional intelligence. So emotions such as overwhelm, what I felt, I treated that emotion as if it was separate from myself. I separated myself, the best version of myself, and the emotion. And I turned and faced it. Asked it questions. Addressed it. Could have compassion for it. Looked at it as something that was a part of me, but was not me. And that is a tool that we can do. As you become aware of what emotions that are present, you can look at them as separate from yourself, but also a part. And all emotions are natural human experiences. They come with the soup. We can't avoid them. There's no running from them. There's no controlling them. Everybody says, control your emotions. No, there's no such thing. There's management. You manage them. And I learned to accept every part of me. So when I turned and faced overwhelm, I asked her the question. First question I asked, why are you here? Why are you in my way? And I answered the question back in the space of overwhelm. And I responded back and said, you're doing too much. I'm tired. I responded back, no, you're not. You have all the energy in the world. And I continued to build up the dialogue because overwhelm is a part of me, but also it is separate from me. So I got into dialogue with this emotion, but with myself at the same time. Beautiful experience. Some answers went unanswered, and that's okay. The answers that went unanswered, such as, how do you get out of my way? That's unanswered right now. But I trust the process. That I answer and respond back with love and compassion for myself, respond back with a positive emotion. And these are just tools that we do to understand this vessel, this meat suit that we live in. And on this topic of emotional intelligence, this is the work that we have to do on a regular basis, day-to-day basis. It's constant, hammering away and learning and chipping away and understanding how we function to get to where we want to be. And ultimately, I would hope that we all want to be the best versions of ourselves. Not better than anybody else, but just the best versions of ourselves. And whatever that may look like for you. What that looked like for me was being healthy, having a physique that I like to look at, waking up feeling good. My body's able to move. I'm able to do all the things that I want to do. I'm able to earn the money that I want to earn, having enough energy to do all that at the same time and be able to have energy for my children, right? This is how we continue to chip away and become the best version of ourselves. It's a becoming process, but it's a being that we are becoming. And you choose the being, the human being that you want to be.
Believing Before Seeing, a new bestseller by Candace Barr. Order your copy today.
So along this process, overwhelm popped up. Overwhelm is number one. Following overwhelm came laziness. I addressed it as laziness because overwhelm told me to sit my ass down. Do nothing. Stop everything. Go lay down. Go turn the TV on. You are unable to do this. All these different things that overwhelm told me to do. So I associated the next feeling, the next emotion that came behind that was laziness. And as time went on, I was able to start to just destroy these things with another emotion that I call desire. Now, desire is so powerful, and it is a tool to fight these unwanted emotions that I also want to share with you. Desire can be fed and it can grow. The bigger the desire, the stronger the tool, the stronger the weapon to fight against these unwanted emotions. So my desire to be the best version of myself is greater than overwhelm, greater than laziness, greater than sadness, greater than guilt, hurt, shame, and fear. I want it so bad, so deep, burning inside of me to be the best version of myself that I won't allow anything to get in my way. There's nothing that can stop me. Nothing. And I know that everything that is happening for me is for me. Good and the bad. It's all happening for me. I'm taking it as it's my learning time, but I don't let it narrate my story. I don't let it dictate my decisions. And that's emotional intelligence. All these emotions that we have, the unwanted and the wanted, we have to know how to use them in our favor to get the things that we want. I believe that we can have whatever we want. I believe that I can be whatever we want, be whatever I want. You can be whatever you want. I believe that. And it's my belief that creates my fact for me. And your belief creates your fact for you. Whether your belief is limited or whether your belief is unlimited. I choose to raise the limits every single day, and I choose to have no limits. And if I notice that there is a limit, whether it be an unwanted emotion that is limiting me that day, I'm breaking through it. Because my desire is my tool that I use. I desire to be the best version of myself, and it burns inside of me. And I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even my own self. Even when my own self is telling me, no, you're not good enough. No, you can't do that. Stop doing this. Judging myself. And it's interesting to understand that our own self can be our worst enemy. My inner me can be my enemy at times. And it is constantly has my best interests, but sometimes it can be working against me because of certain patterns that from the past or certain things that were installed into me through other people's belief systems, like from my parents as a child and what they told me and taught me. That doesn't serve me in the person that I am being in the now. So those are certain things I gotta, break through and dismantle and unlearn just so I can relearn to be that best version of myself. And it's a beautiful process. Sometimes it can get a little bit draining. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. But I'm aware of all of the things that is taking place. And my emotional intelligence, my awareness around what's taking place inside of me allows me to keep going step by step. Even on the days that I may not have had the best of day, but I'm still going. I still show up. Whether I was trashed yesterday, today I came back strong, or whether I had a back-to-back consecutively trash days, I still show up. Either which way it goes. And a big part of this, comes in what I am doing on a day-to-day. What do my activities look like? What am I feeding my brain? What does my routine look like? I am feeding what I actually want, but I'm feeding it the right things to be the person that I am seeking to be. And through this process, I absolutely love the person I am being. I love the person that I'm becoming throughout the process, what's shaping me and molding me. I'm falling more deep in love with this journey and this process. And it makes me understand it's not the destination, it's the process. It's the journey along the way, the new discoveries, the new things that I find out about myself. And I circle back around to that overwhelmed feeling. When that feeling popped up, I was in shock. I was like, what are you doing here? Why are you telling me this? Why are you in my way today, out of all days, when I'm trying to be here and you trying to put me here and go sit me down? Like, I appreciate you for showing up, but you in my way right now. You got to go. And I treat the emotions as such, as a part of me, but not me. Now, there was a time when I wasn't so emotionally intelligent to where my emotions dictated everything I did. I was emotionally driven. And that's where I see it now. Like, looking back in hindsight, I'm like, man, I used to have a road rage problem. My relationships, like if I was in a relationship and I felt angry, I was reacting, unable to think clearly outside of the emotion. Oh man, it was not a good place to be in. And being in the driver's seat very much so helps me make the better decisions that's best for me in the moment, not based on how I feel. Although I'll use an emotion to drive me in a certain direction that I want to go. But they're more like tools now. They're not so much more controlling me and my movement. And that's what I most ultimately like to share with people, and share with everybody, something that wasn't talked about growing up. Emotional intelligence. How powerful is our emotions in our body? Why are they here? Like, what is happening? Like, I didn't ask to feel sad. I do not like the sadness feeling, but I also know it's a necessary emotion. Without sadness, happiness wouldn't be able to have its power as it does. They're all necessary, and they're all given. We're born with them, right? And it's a beautiful thing to embrace, but also to have the awareness and to know how to use it, like any other tool that we have exterior from us or inside of us, the physical and the non-physical, our power of our breath, the things that's controlling that, our lungs, our heart, this brain, my ability to store memory. It's a beautiful process. And as you guys are watching this and knowing that I'm sharing these little gems of knowledge, understand that you're not alone. Understand that it's okay to feel how you feel. And if you do need somebody to just help you get a clear vision on what it is that you may be experiencing, or you need a little bit of guidance, somebody just to walk with you along your journey and process, that is what I do. That is what I do. I help people lead their own life. Not follow me. I'm not looking for anybody to follow me. I'm here to help you lead and follow your own self. Knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want, they're both essential. But knowing what you want gets you to the place where you want to be. Knowing who you want to be, creating that version of yourself. I help with that. I help get down to the root of it. I help get down to understanding who you are in the present moment and who do you want to be in the future. by using the past as a navigational tool. This is the Lead Your Life podcast. My name is Isaiah Warren. Contact me. Click the link below. And let's work. Let's be the leader of your own life. Thank you. Have a good day.